Okay, so we have a trigonometry question here. So this one is in radians. It's asking us to solve an equation to start with. Um, we've got the interval and it's telling us to give the answer in radians, and there's no degree symbol, so lots of hints that we're in radians. Okay, so the first thing, you see it's x plus 0.7 in brackets. So the first thing we're going to do um, is do the inverse sine. Now make sure your calculator's in radians mode. Make sure it's got a little r in the top of the calculator. And then we can just do inverse sine of 0.6. Okay, so that's going to tell us we've got the answer is 0.6435. Now we need to remember with sine, there's always going to be more than one answer in every possibly. Okay, so there's an infinite number of answers. So let's have a look at the interval we need to use. We're using minus pi is less than x is less than pi. Now that's for x. So if we're looking at x plus 0.7, we need to add 0.7 to our interval. And I'm just going to change that. I'll use my calculator to change that to a decimal, so I have an idea of what range of values I want on this line. Okay. So I'm looking for solutions in this interval for x plus 0.7. So 0.643 falls in this interval, so we've already got one there. Now we're going to find the second solution for sine. So remember, have a look at his sine graph. Here's 0.6. Here's our first solution. Now if we go across, okay, there would be our second solution, so that would be the same distance back from pi. So the way we find the second solution for sine is to do pi minus the first answer, okay, which gives us 2.4981. Right, so are there going to be any other solutions? Well, once you've got the first two, you get all other solutions by moving up and down the graph, which you can't quite see on this one, which is by adding 2 pi, or moving the other way by subtracting 2 pi, because the graph repeats itself every 2 pi, or 360 degrees. Now, if we do that to these two values, they will fall outside of the interval. So we found all the solutions. Unless there's a stretch going on, you normally expect to get two solutions in an interval that's 2 pi wide, as we have here. Okay. Right, so that's x plus 0.7. Now we're going to find x. So we're just going to subtract 0.7 from there. Now here, it's best to keep the answers in your calculators, because you want to be as accurate as possible for the rounding later. So I'm just going to write a few more significant figures because I kept the values in my calculator. Then we're going to check what we need to round to. So what's two significant figures? So negative 0.056 and 1.8. If you round too early, you'll find that you get those wrong in the last line.